going to try his best, we can assume, to distance himself from any talk of tapering, to try and dispel fears that the bond buying program will abruptly come to an end. And in the end, he might actually gradually prepare markets for more stimulus beyond the March 2017 expiry date. So as I mentioned, inflation and also employment still remain low. There are also additional reasons for the European Central Bank to be to try not to rock the boat so much. We have the U.S. elections coming up in a few short weeks. Also here in Europe, we have a constitutional referendum in Italy in December, and in 2017, France and Germany will be holding elections. So, and of course, there are the Brexit negotiations that will be kicked off in March 2017. So there are a lot of reasons for the ECB to be cautious, even at a time where the Eurozone is enjoying moderate stability economically.
Thank you so much for your perspectives, Janelle Dumalong, DWTV financial correspondent. As British Prime Minister Theresa May prepares to attend the first EU summit taking place in Frankfurt, one industry in the UK is urgently asking her to reconsider dramatically curbing migrant labour from the bloc. Farmers are worried that post-Brexit Britain is proving an unattractive place for seasonal labourers, leaving them fearing that next year they will face a crisis which could leave crops rotting in the ground.
For the past 18 years, Jerzy Kwapniewski has left his home in Poland to spend the summer months picking apples and hops on a farm in central England. Next year, he may work in Germany. The 50-year-old Pole is one of the hundreds of foreign farm workers who, shaken by the fallout from Britain's vote to leave the EU, have either left Britain early or indicated a reluctance to return next year, driven away by the collapse in the pound and a fear for their own safety. The move has spread alarm through farms up and down the country, prompting talks of a looming crisis in 2017, where fruits and vegetables will be left rotten.
It's very pity because after whole 18 years coming every year here, I have to think that it is a time which may change me and my colleagues as well, that I would have to basically give up and then do the service for someone else.
Food and farm contributes £108 billion to the British economy, propelled by seasonal workers. Earning the national living hourly wage of about £7, the opportunity has proved hugely popular, but that may be about to change. Prime Minister Theresa May has said Britain's vote to leave the EU was a cry for lower immigration, prompting her government to talk of flushing out those companies that are too heavily reliant on foreign workers.
Unfortunately, it's sent out a very negative message to parts of Europe, meaning that often people are now feeling that they're not welcome to come, that they may not be safe when they come here. But of course the devaluation of the pound has also had quite an effect, because it means that if they're choosing between a job in Germany, Italy and France, or here in the UK, there's little in it now in terms of the value of that job.
Two employment agencies that place Eastern European workers on British farms said that in the past 6 weeks alone, they had failed to find workers to fill 600 positions.
We're very worried about next year. We've had lots of anecdotal evidence from growers all over the country that the numbers for this year, since the referendum, have started to reduce, and that the level of attrition in the sector has increased, so people turning over and moving into other sectors. So we are very concerned about next year.
Over the past 2 decades, Kwapniewski, a builder back home in Poland, has come to feel part of a team, welcomed back each year. Now he has started to look into whether he could work in Germany or Austria, the first signs of a change brewing.
And the United States-based ExxonMobil has divested its 6% stake in Mobil Oil Nigeria PLC to NIPCO PLC, an indigenous Nigerian downstream oil and gas company. And that takes us to the crude oil market. Of course, taking a look at prices for today, which fell on profit taking after market rallied the previous day on another seasonal draw in U.S. crude oil stocks, helping bullish sentiment from an expectation of an OPEC-led cut in production. Amaka Ajegbu is a research analyst with the Financial Derivatives Company Limited, and she joins me from Lagos. Amaka, it's good to have you on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Now, give us a sense of the oil market. We saw today that the prices fell on profit taken, despite a week or two plus in terms of the rise in prices.
Yes, so I saw yesterday markets closed positively with oil prices rallying due to the U.S. oil stock crude falling by 5.2 million barrels to 468.7 million barrels. So the markets responded positively to that. Right now, prices are down a bit, but by the end of today, prices should rally on.
So expected a sustained rally after this brief period of profit taking. But let me ask you about the OPEC meeting, which everyone is actually keeping a tab on. What is the expectation? Do you think that the planned output cuts will be maintained?
Yes, so the history doesn't really back the production cuts proposed by the OPEC, but we believe that once the countries involved see that the prices are gaining due to this proposed cuts, they would reach their agreement to maintain the production.
All right, thank you so much, Amaka Ajegbu, research analyst with the Financial Derivatives Company Limited. We go on a break now. I'll be right back.